Hi everyone, thank you for joining in. Today you're going to need 2 blocks and a blanket. We'll be doing stuff on our knees, so a blanket is highly recommended if you like that. And just a few quick notes, just based on my spacing, usually the overhead plane is out of sight, and that's usually my hands. So I'll try my best to explain what's going on with my hands, but there's not too much overhead stuff today. And then I also offer playlists, and they're on my website, which you can go to if you like to practice with music. And each playlist does coordinate well with all of my classes and also the structure of the class. So feel free to use them. And yeah, we'll get started. So you're going to take your blanket and unfold it so that you have just one fold and lay it across the center of your mat. And then you're going to take one of your blocks and have it on the right side in the middle of the mat on the lowest height. And we'll start on our belly. So lay down onto your belly, have your hips on the blanket, and then make a pillow with your hand. I have my left hand on top of my right. And already we're going to start with a little hip opening. So you're going to take your right knee, set it on top of your right block, and imagine 90-degree angles in the hip. So from the waist to the top of the right thigh, imagine a 90-degree angle in your knee, and then also flex your foot so you have a 90-degree angle from your ankle. And you're going to rest your forehead onto your onto your hands. And already you should feel a little hip opening. It is early in class, but what I want you to do is see if you can find parallel hips or leveled hips. So again, my right hip is a little lifted, so see if you can maybe wrap the right hip down, and then by doing so, you may need to find a slight external rotation of the right thigh, which will then bring the right foot a little closer to the floor. So just play around. Breathe into the right hip. Take one more round of breath. On the inhale, you're going to internally rotate the right hip so the right foot starts to come up towards the ceiling. Go as far as you can go without losing the structure of your hips, and then on the exhale, you're going to slowly lower the right foot down. 5 more times like that. Inhale, lift, rotate the femur bone in the hip socket, and exhale, lower. Keep the right foot flexed. And keep going. 3 more times. Hips stay level. The only thing moving is the right femur bone, the rotation in the hip socket. Keep those 90-degree angles I mentioned earlier. One more time. We go your farthest you can go without losing the hips. And lower. All right. And we'll just switch sides. Slowly lengthen the right foot back. Lower the right hip onto the blanket and then switch the side of your block. You'll make a pillow, maybe right hand on top this time. And then bring your left knee on top of that block. And then find those 90-degree angles. Again, from the waist, from the hip to the top of the right thigh, or left thigh is a 90 degree, the knees are 90 degree, and then the ankle is a 90 degrees. And then rest your forehead down and breathe into the left hip. And see if you can imagine your hips level. So imagine your left hips pressing into the blanket. It won't because of the height of the block, but just see if you can imagine that. And then by doing so, you may need to find a slight external rotation of the left thigh, meaning the left foot may lower a little bit farther down. And breathe into that left hip. Take one more round of breath. On the inhale, you're going to start to internally rotate the femur bone in the hip socket. Left foot will lift up. And then exhale, lower down. So again, keep the hips level. Maintain where they are as you find an internal rotation of the femur bone, of the left thigh. Two more times. Keep your legs and your hips and your ankle in a 90-degree angle. One more time. All right, slowly lower down. All right, take your time, lengthen the left leg all the way back. You'll set the block at the top of the space just out of the way, and you'll start to cactus shape your arms. Great. So make sure that your elbows are aligned with your shoulders. Plant your palms, and then you're going to roll on to your left side. Press into your right hand, and we'll find a nice little chest expansion of the left shoulder. I'm going to take a block underneath my head so I have a little support. Great. So your left elbow is still at a 90-degree angle, maybe a little bit higher than your left shoulder. And then point your right toes and extend your right toes towards the back of your space like you're doing Shalabhasana. So that's locust pose. And then lift your right hand up and inhale, extend your right arm over your ear. Breathe into the left chest. Roll the left shoulder head back and down, and take about 3 more rounds of breath. Again, reach the right fingertips out, reach the right toes back and out. All right, take 1 more round of breath. And slowly make your way back to your belly. We'll switch sides. You may need to move the block over to the right a little bit. Again, cactus shape your arms. Right elbow aligned with the right shoulder. Press into your left hand and roll on to your right side. Rest your right cheek onto the block. And then again, point the left toes, extend the left toes back like you're doing Shalabhasana, so you get lengthening in the front of the hip flexor. And then inhale, extend your left arm over your ear, and breathe into the right pectoral muscle. See if you can roll the right shoulder head back and down so the armpit is parallel to the floor. 3 more rounds of breath. All right. Slowly make your way back to your belly. Set the block off to the side. Plant your palms, sit your hips back into a child's pose on the exhale, and take about 3 rounds of breath. And have your knees wide enough so that your belly can rise and fall in between your thighs. Okay, slowly roll up to sit. You're going to fold your blanket just once and then again set it in the center of your mat. This is for your knees. And then bring your knees onto the blanket, plant your palms, We'll be in a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. All right. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze up, find a cow. Exhale, dome your spine, gaze inward, cat. Move through this about 6 more times. Inhale, tilt your pelvis up. Exhale, tilt your pelvis down. 5 more times on your own. Let the movement stem from the tilt of your pelvis so that there's an activation in your navel as well as your low back, and then everything kind of waves off the tilt of your pelvis. If you need to take some circles of the neck, of the hips, feel free to do so. Two more rounds. Come to a neutral tabletop. Hug your navel in, crown of the head forward. All right, just once. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, dome your spine, cat pose, gaze inward. Inhale, neutralize the pelvis and the spine. Inhale, press or lengthen your right leg back, tuck your toes, tilt your pelvis up and gaze up. And then exhale, tilt your pelvis down, gaze inward. Inhale, neutralize the spine. Lift your right leg up. And then exhale, right knee to chest, crown of the head forward. Hug the navel in. Inhale, lengthen the right leg back. Exhale, open up the right hip. Stack the right hip over the left, but keep your right palm grounded. Inhale, lower the right hip down. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, stack the hips. Last time, inhale. Lower, exhale, knee to chest, crown of the head forward. Inhale, lengthen back. This time, exhale, open up your hip, and then lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. So you're in a half moon variation. Ground down into the left shin, flex the right foot, and see if you can wrap your left hip down and underneath your right. And on the inhale, lower your right foot all the way back, keep the right leg straight, and then you can kickstand your left shin out to the side if you need. Reach your right arm overhead. It's one inhale for you. All right, so ground down into the left shin. Lift your left waist up into your navel, and then exhale, start to lift yourself up, gate pose. Slide your right hand down your right leg and lift your left arm over your ear. Inhale, slowly lower down. Keep the navel engaged. Extend your right arm overhead. And then exhale again. Lift yourself up from the waist. One more time. Slowly lower down. Exhale, lift yourself up. Keep the right foot grounded like warrior two. Inhale, lower. And then exhale, plant your right palm down, tabletop, parallel the shins. Inhale, cow, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, cat, dome your spine, gaze inward. Inhale, neutralize the spine, lengthen your left leg back, tilt your pelvis up. And then exhale, tilt the pelvis down, dome your spine, lengthen the hip flexors. Inhale, neutralize the spine, lift your left leg up. Exhale, left knee to chest, crown of the head forward. Inhale, lengthen the left leg back. Exhale, open up the left hip, stack the left hip over the right, but keep the left palm grounded. Inhale, lower. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, back. Exhale, stack the hips. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, open up. This time, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, and then see if you can wrap your right hip down and underneath your left. Ground into the left shin. And then find the efficiency of your hips. Are they stacked? Inhale, lower the left foot down. Keep the left leg straight and reach your left arm overhead. Kickstand your right shin out to the side. Okay, now lift your right waist up into your left and start to lift yourself up on the exhale. Reach your right arm over your ear. Inhale, lower yourself down. Keep your navel engaged as you lower down. Take your time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And then exhale, lift. Last time. Inhale, lower down. And then exhale, plant your hands, tabletop, stack your shins. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. We're going to add on. Inhale, neutralize the spine. Lengthen your right leg back. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutralize the spine. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, open up the right hip. One more time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, open up the hip. Reach your right leg up. Inhale, lower the right hip. Kickstand your left shin. Reach your right arm overhead. And just once, exhale, lift yourself up and over. Inhale, lower. And exhale, tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, tuck your toes this time. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. All right, stay here. Wrap your armpits in, hug your navel, and lift the hips up, but keep the backs of your thighs pressing towards the back of your space. All right, inhale, lift your heels, roll yourself to plank pose. Exhale, right knee to chest, and then step forward to a low lunge. Inhale, high lunge, reach your arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center, and then bend the left knee to tap the mat. Inhale, you'll straighten the left leg, keep the right knee bent. Exhale, bend the left knee, tap. Two more times. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, just straighten the left leg. Press the back of the knee up. And exhale, lower. Stay low. Inhale, crescent lunge, and tuck your back toes. And then exhale, you'll plant your hands, tuck your back toes. Inhale, straighten both legs, find a flat back. And exhale, fold forward. Stay here. Ground into the big toe mound of your right foot. Lengthen the left heel back, but keep your left hip forward so you lengthen the back of the left leg. Hips are parallel. Okay, inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, step the right foot back, plank pose. Inhale in plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll into a tabletop, roll over your toes, drop your knees onto the mat. And then exhale, stay. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, dome your spine, gaze inward. Inhale, neutralize the spine, lengthen your left leg back, lift your hips up. And exhale, tilt your pelvis down, gaze inward. Inhale, neutralize the spine, lift your left leg up. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, stack the left hip over the right, keep the left palm grounded. Inhale, lower the left hip. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, open up the hip, reach your left arm up. Inhale, lower the left foot down, extend the left arm over your and kickstand the right shin. And just once, exhale, lift your right waist up and over. And exhale, slowly lower down. Keep your navel hugged in. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, left knee to chest. Step forward, left foot, left thumb tip. Inhale, crescent lunge. Keep the front knee bent. Lift the back of the right thigh bone up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Drop the back knee to tap. Inhale, just straighten the back leg. Lift the back knee up. 2 more times. Inhale, bend and tap. Exhale, straighten. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, drop the knee, reach your arms up. Crescent lunge, untuck your back toe. And then exhale, plant your palms. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, straighten both legs, flat back. And exhale, fold forward. Lengthen the right heel back as you reach the right hip forward and then ground into the big toe mound of the left foot. Breathe into the back line of the left leg. Inhale, bend the left knee, low lunge. Exhale, step the left foot back, plank pose. Inhale, hold plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll to tabletop, roll over the toes, drop the knees down. And exhale, sit your hips back, child's pose. Great, take about 3 rounds of breath again, knees wide, let your belly fall in between the thighs with each inhale. All right, come back into a down dog. Lift your hips up. If you have the blanket there, take one hand, set it off to the side. All right, and then inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Great, set yourself up for Sun A practice, so feet hip width distance or feet together. And then bend your knees, roll yourself up to stand, one vertebrae at a time. Anchor the tailbone down. All right, we'll take one round of Sun A together. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank. Inhale, inch forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, bend your elbows back, chest forward. Inhale, up dog. Roll the shoulder heads back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and take 2 rounds of breath. All right, inhale, gaze forward, bend your knees, hop or step to the top, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up. Exhale, Tadasana, arms to the sides. 2 more rounds on your own. And feel free to skip them if you'd like. You can take child's pose. And hold down dog for 2 rounds of breath when you get there. So you should be finishing up your last round. Take about 4 more rounds of breath. And eventually we'll meet in Tadasana at the top of the mat. Okay, we'll meet in Tadasana. You're going to take your blocks, set them at the top of your space on the highest height. So where your hands would be about shoulder width distance. And then come back into Tadasana. Have your feet hip width distance. And then inhale, chair pose. Sit your hips back, arms by your ears. Great. Now press down and out in your feet, but keep your knees hugged in. You should feel activation in the outer hips. And then see if you can tilt your pelvis slightly down, hug the navel in, and lift your chest up a little higher. Take one more round of breath here. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward, bring your palms to the blocks. Inhale, supported warrior 3, lift your right leg back. And we'll stay here, hug your navel in. Crown of the head forward, plug into your palms. And then lower your right hip down slightly, flex the right foot, press into the right heel. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to chest, crown of the head forward. Inhale, lengthen the right leg back. Exhale, open up the right hip, but keep your right palm grounded so you're twisting from the navel. Inhale, lower the right hip down. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, open up the right hip by pressing down into your left foot. Inhale, lower. Exhale, right knee to chest. This time, inhale, lengthen back. Half moon, open up the right hip and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. We'll stay here, press into your left palm. And then think of the standing leg. Ground into your foot. Lift the right knee up. Activate the inner left thigh. And then see if you can wrap the left hip forward. And then flex the right foot to keep the right leg engaged. Lift the left waist up into the right. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand down, lower the right hip down. And then standing split, fold forward, exhale, point the right toe, and then bring your palms to the mat or to your ankle, heavy the head. You can open up the right hip this time if you'd like. See if you can lift the foot up a little higher. Handstand practice if you'd like as well. Okay, inhale. If you're up, start to make your way down. You can move through a vinyasa. If you stayed in standing split, just lower your right foot down and fold forward. Feet hip width distance. Inhale, chair. And exhale, Tadasana, straighten the legs, arms to the sides. All right, inhale, sit back, chair. Exhale, fold forward, palms to blocks. Inhale, lengthen the left leg back, and we'll stay supported warrior 3. Again, press into your palms, chest forward, hug your navel in, press the left heel back and level the hips. You may need to lower the left hip just a bit. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to chest, crown the head forward. Inhale, lengthen left leg back. Exhale, open up the hip, keep the left palm grounded. Inhale, lower. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, open. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, open, half moon. Lift the left arm up. Flex the left foot. And then ground into the right foot. Lift the right inner thigh up and wrap the right hip forward towards the side of your space. And then lift your right waist up into your left. Lower your left foot palm down, lower the left hip down. Inhale, and then exhale, standing split. Maybe find handstands here. Point the left toe and lift the left leg up. You can open up your hip this time if you need. Palms are on the mat or onto your ankle. Okay. If you're in handstands, you can move through a vinyasa. If you're in standing split, just lower your left foot down and meet the right. Fold forward. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips back. And exhale, Tadasana, arms to the sides. All right, so you're gonna take your blocks, set one at the top of your space in the center, on the high side in the front of your mat, and then do the same but in the back of the mat. All right, let's come to the top of the mat. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, hop or step back, move through a vinyasa. Or skip in, we'll meet in down dog. We're gonna keep the flow going. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, right foot to right thumb tip. Inhale, high lunge, rise up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, half moon, reach your right hand to the block. Press into your right foot, reach up. And exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale, reach up and over. Pivot the feet, warrior to the back of the space. Exhale. Inhale, reach your left palm to the block. Half moon. Inhale or exhale, lower, warrior two. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, low lunge, lift your back heel up, plant your palms. Inhale, step back plank. And exhale, downward facing dog or move through a vinyasa. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge, left foot, left thumb tip. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, half moon, reach to the top block. And then exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale, up and over, warrior two to the back of the space. Exhale, inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step the left foot back plank. Move through a vinyasa or downward facing dog. One more time on each side. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, up and over, pivot the feet. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step back plank. Exhale, vinyasa or down dog. Last side, inhale, left leg lift. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two, step right foot back. Inhale, pivot the feet, warrior two to the back of the space. Exhale, inhale, half moon. Inhale, Exhale, lower, warrior two. Inhale, up and over, and then exhale, low lunge, lift the back heel up. Inhale, step the left foot back, plank. Exhale, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Inhale, drop your knees, sit your hips back, child's pose. Make your way up to sit. Okay. Set those blocks off to the side. And we're going to come on down to our cool down. So you're going to take your blanket, bring it underneath your glutes with your sits bones forward, flush the glutes back, extend your legs forward. Okay, have your blocks in reach. And we'll come into a Paschimottanasana. But first, bend your knees, ground your heels down and back to leverage your sits bones a little bit more forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward with bent knees to start. And you're going to take one of your blocks, bring it in between your legs for support for your forehead. So you may need to switch the height of the block. Wherever you are, just release into this fold. You should feel lengthening in your low back. Okay, if you like to straighten your legs, start to walk the heels forward, but just notice how it changes the shape, or at least the effect. You may feel it a little bit in the back of the thighs this time rather than your low back. You may need to switch the height of your block. Okay, start to make your way up to sit. Set the blanket off to the side. And then that block off to the side. Scoot up a little bit. Keep your legs out in front of you in a Dandasana shape. Flex the feet, lift the heels slightly, press the backs of the knees down. Reach your arms forward. Inhale, hug your navel in, lift the chest up. And then exhale, we'll slowly roll down to our backs. Hug the navel in, scoop the navel, take your time. When you run out of breath, hold. Inhale, lengthen the chest up. And then exhale, start to lower on down again. Great. Once you're all the way down, bring your knees into your chest. And then make circles with the knees. You can grab for your knees with your hand and just bend the elbows and straighten the elbows and let that encourage the circling of the hips. And then switch directions. Okay, and then tee out your arms. Eagle wrap your right thigh over your left, and then drop your knee over to the left. You can take a block and set your knee onto that block for a little support. The right knee to be more exact, and then maybe gaze over to the right. Close your eyes, and try to release into this twist. And simply let your breath encourage a deeper twist of the spine. Slowly lift your knees up, keep the bind, but then bring your left or right ankle on top of the left thigh and hug your left knee in towards your chest for a little hip opening. Release tension in the left ankle, but flex the right foot. Take about 3 more rounds of breath. Press your right elbow into your thigh. Lower the sacrum down. Okay, and then plant the left foot. Reach your right leg up towards the ceiling. Flex the right foot. Inhale, plug your low back down, and then exhale, slowly lower the right foot down to the floor. Take your time. Once you lower, bend the right knee, plant the foot. Tee out your arms, eagle wrap, left thigh over the right, and then take the block over to the right side of your mat and twist with eagle legs. Lower the left knee to the block if you'd like. Gaze to the left. Close your eyes and again release into the shape and breathe. Lift your knee up. Bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Grab for underneath the thigh and then release tension in the right ankle. Flex the left foot. Use your left elbow to press the left thigh away from you and try to lower the sacrum down towards the floor. Breathe into the left hip. And lower your right foot down to the floor. Lengthen your left leg up towards the ceiling. Flex the left foot. Inhale, plug your low back down. Exhale, slowly lower the left foot down. Take your time. Once you lower down, plant the left foot, bend the left knee. Okay, and then just a few little hip stabilizing and core engagement. You're gonna lift your right feet up, parallel the shins, or both feet up, parallel the shins to the floor, knees over hips, and then plant your palms on top of your thighs. Press your thighs into your palms as you press your palms back into your thighs. See if you can straighten the arms a little bit, more and more, maybe they're fully straight. Plug the low back down. Take about 5 more rounds of breath. You may be shaking. It's an isometric hold for your navel. Take 1 more round of breath. Okay, this time take your palms outside your knees and then press your knees into your palms, palms back into your knees. Again, you should feel an isometric hold for your obliques and your outer hips. Keep the shins parallel. One more round of breath. Okay, last time, backs of the hands press into the inside of your knee, and then press your knees into the backs of your hands, backs of the hands back into the knee, and feel the engagement of your adductors, the inner thighs. The motion of your knee coming into your hand is abduction, so you're adding into the midline. 1 more round of breath. Great. Inhale, bring your knees into your chest. And exhale, Shavasana. Straighten the legs, arms by the sides. Remove any props that may be in the way. Close your eyes and just rest. And I'll leave you here in Shavasana. And please, please feel free to stay as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for joining in. Again, these classes are free with a suggested donation, and I appreciate anything and nothing. I'm just happy to offer them as well. So again, thank you so much. Namaste.